Hey everybody, Chris Prawdzik here from Sampson Properties. You may have seen one of our recent real estate market videos, but today we're doing a special feature on Nepenthe Gallery. It's this great business in the Hollin Hall Shopping Center. Let's check it out. Hey Carrie, how you doing?
Hey Chris.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming to Nepenthe.
We're here at Nepenthe with Jim and Carrie Garland, and we just came to talk about their wonderful gallery they have here, and just wanted to start off by telling me how it came about.
You go.
Well, okay. So Jim and I knew that we wanted to open a business, and we have been thinking about this for years, and lots of different ideas. And you know, as the time was drawing nearer, we have 4 kids, and our youngest is a senior in high school. So the time has arrived for us to move on. So we thought one of the most important ideas or fun ideas sounded like working close to home. And we love Hollin Hall Shopping Center. I always say it's an iconic shopping center in this amazing neighborhood that we live in, community. And so we thought, okay, if we're gonna go to be in a shopping center in Hollin Hall, what kind of business would that look like? And art gallery was an idea that a friend of ours talked about, and art has always been real important to our family. My family has a collection of art, and Jim Googled, how can you make an art gallery even more successful, and what was the answer?
It said to open a frame shop. it was basically, how do you sustain an art gallery? And it said open a frame shop. So I said to Carrie one day, hey, we're gonna open a frame shop. And that was it. And then I did an apprenticeship with a gentleman up in Delaware, and so we added that component, and they've really worked well together, and so here we are.
Jim said, you know what we need to name the art gallery? Nepenthe. And it was named after a restaurant out in Big Sur in California, on the coast in California. And my parents lived out there in the 60s and fell in love with this restaurant. And it's a Greek, Nepenthe is a Greek term that translates basically into a place of no sorrow. So a perfect spot, aptly named for an art gallery where my mom always says about art, it's a respite from daily life or daily stresses. And so we really envisioned a place where people can come in and look around and really forget about what's troubling them. And we feel like we've achieved it.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how the name came to be.
Okay, so do you specialize in any specific type of art?
We have an item from our family's collection here at all times. That was one thing that we knew we wanted to do. It's not for sale, but it's on view, and that sort of tilts us into a fine art category and also into an art education, you know, a place of enrichment. So obviously we want a business that's sustainable and pays the bills, but we also love the idea of people coming in here to view art and to learn about art. That's why we have our weekly art, wine, and cheese events on Thursday nights. So having one piece from our family's collection was important to us, and also featuring local artists was important to us, giving artists who live and work around the Hollin Hall area, the Fort Hunt, DC area, a place to come and maybe have their art on display. And we've done a lot of that with local artists. And then we also, of course, we love finding art from all over the country and all over the world, and we're doing that all the time. So we have artists from really all over the world. And the last sort of component to what we're trying to do is we find things at auctions that are interesting to us, that we enjoy, that we think our customers will like, and that are special, and that are created by renowned, famous artists. And we think it's nice to have pieces like that on the wall. And with a frame shop, we can get those things in-house and open them up and check their quality, and Jim can reframe them in a way that's special, that puts a Nepenthe touch on them, and then we have those available for sale. So that's our offering. Our family has a collection of art. It's mostly 19th century American art, and it's currently on permanent loan at the College of William and Mary in their museum, the Muscarelli Museum. We started with a piece by a man named Theodore Butler, an artist who painted alongside Claude Monet and actually married one of Monet's daughters. And that was here from the time we opened until just a month or so ago. This is the second piece from the collection that is here. And my mom is a former docent at the National Gallery of Art, and she did that for over 40 years. So she is the art historian in the group, and she selected this piece next from her collection to represent the bounty of our nation, and aptly displayed during this time of the fall and the harvest and Thanksgiving and those things. And this is by an artist named Severin Roesen, and it's called Two Tiers of Fruit and a Strawberry Compote. And yeah, Mom did a gallery talk about this piece a couple weeks ago, and she'll do another one before we rotate it. After the first of the year, we're gonna have a new piece here, but we're loving this, and Mom does a great job of pulling pieces of art from our Nepenthe collection that are similar in style to compare and contrast, and it's one of the things that we do on a Thursday that makes us really like a art enrichment, art resource place for the community. Yeah. Severin Roesen as an artist was really a character, someone who was pretty beloved in his community, but works of his are in the most important museums in the world. So we feel like having works like this here makes us better stewards of everyone's art. And we found that local artists who are here appreciate having their works hanging alongside something like this, by this renowned level of artist. And like I said, it just makes us take really a more serious approach to taking care of everyone's art.
So talk to me a little bit about the building and why you chose to have your gallery here.
Okay, I love talking about Hollin Hall Shopping Center. As we all know, it's a special place. In talking with so many different people before we opened the gallery, this one woman who owns a gallery out in the West Coast told us, don't open in a shopping center and don't open near a hardware store. And so I thought, oh no. But no, we weren't worried at all because we love it here. We wanted to walk to work, which is what we can do. We do that very often. But this shopping center is unlike most. We've got the variety store and the hardware store. So we knew it was a place that people come. They come from all around the region to Hollin Hall. So we're really happy to be here. Our family actually has a little bit of a connection to the family who owns the shopping center. It's been family owned for 4 generations, which we love, which is why I think it's been so thriving all these generations. My mom went to kindergarten with one of the folks in the family, so we knew that was a good connection. But about 10 years ago, they added these windows in this space because they thought this would make a great art gallery. So we do feel like we are helping the owner realize that, and the owner is a collector, and we hope to make him a customer someday, but we love being here.
So something that's important to know about Nepenthe Gallery, I think, is the wide variety of art, size, price, style that we offer. So, from big oil paintings to small acrylics to, what else? Watercolors. We kind of run the gamut. And I think
wood blocks, glass art.
Yeah, we have one artist who paints in encaustic. Is that how I pronounce it? Encaustic, which is beeswax. But you can see stuff like this that just have so much vibrant color to them, which I think is really fun. We wanted that vibrancy in here. And then we even have big works like this from our newest artist, Monique Rollins. And so the interesting thing here is you can come in and buy a piece of art as a gift for maybe $200, $300, $400, $500, upwards of $25,000, $30,000, $50,000, depending on what your price range is. So I think it's great to know that you can come in and buy a gift for a loved one, or you can buy something like Carrie said that you add to your collection. That really could be something that increases in value over time and something that you really pass down as an heirloom to your children. So that's kind of what we've tried to do, is really hit the market, all types of different styles of art, kinds of art, price points that people could come in and enjoy. And just come in and look around, because it really is a great wide open space with lots of color and brightness.
Okay, you talked a little bit about the variety of artwork that you have in here. What if you're an artist and want to contact you about art you have and want to display it? Do you have availability for that? How does that work?
Absolutely. We actually have 4 movable walls in Nepenthe, and one of them, which is in the back of the gallery right now, but it's often moved around, is for Friends of Nepenthe. When we opened, one of the things we wanted to do was give our family members and friends an opportunity who are artists to hang their works in a gallery where they otherwise wouldn't have that chance. So we have works hanging, and we always will keep that list active. But early on, we realized that there are a lot of artists in our community, and we love supporting them. So we do have a process now where anyone who would like to have us take a look at their works just sends them to us in an email to either my mom or Beth Hammond. They're the curators here. And we go from there. And so I can encourage anyone who would like to do that to do that. And then we also, we curate 2 exhibits. We call it the Solstice series, and we do one in the summer and one in the winter, where we highlight 4, 5, 6, 8 of our local artists, and they each have 6 or 8 works that they bring in, and we have an exhibit that we keep up for a few weeks. And so we did that in June and had great fun doing it. And a couple of those artists actually we have taken on as Nepenthe. They're here all the time now, and we're putting together the list for January, which is already full. So we're really excited to support the local artists.
The last thing I have for you is real estate agents. We deal with a lot of people who, a lot of homeowners. And what might you suggest to them? They have a new house, they want to put something on the walls, but they don't know where to start, don't know what to do. What would you suggest for someone in that situation?
Well, I would suggest they come into Nepenthe, obviously, but they could also come in or call and make an appointment, and we could walk through our entire collection with them. We have about double the amount of art on the walls here downstairs in our storage area, which is right near Jim, or part of Jim's frame shop.
Right.
So that's one thing they could do. And another thing they could do, which we've done with a few people, and we love it, is they could identify some of the art and artists, the styles they like, and then we pick a date and we bring a couple dozen works of art to their home and spend a few hours hanging things in different, or hanging things on the walls in different places to see what they like, what works well together. We did that with one customer, and you guys, she came in afterwards with almost tears in her eyes, and she said we made her house a home because now it's full of art that she would never have.
Yeah, and I think what's important is that they came in and looked at some of the art and really enjoyed it, and so we took them some of that they knew they wanted to see, and then we just picked out some random stuff that they had never even seen and took it to them. And one of those pieces, which was a great one by our artist Carrie Fisher, they ended up buying it and then doing some other stuff from him too, because they just loved it. And they would have never, they said in the gallery on the wall, they never would have picked it. Yeah. But once it was in their home, they could totally see that it fit in the right spot. So it was really cool to do that.
And we're gonna add that to our website where Nepenthe can come to your home or your office with some of our art. Another advantage to having a business right here in your own community is it's not unusual for a customer or a friend to find a piece of art here and take it home to see how it works at their house before, and then they come back and either buy it or bring it back.
Yeah, and maybe hang it for a few days so they can get a look at it at different times of the day and night and have other people look at it. And then if they enjoy it, they just come back and pay for it. And if not, they just bring it back and maybe trade it out and try something else. Okay guys, so welcome to the frame shop. This is where all the framing takes place. Just to give you a quick example, we start with stick. I usually order this in about 8-foot lengths. White, black, gold, whatever people may want. This machine here is called a guillotine chopper, and that chops a perfect 45-degree angle. Then I take those two, put them together. They go in this underpinner machine here, which then staples the backs together. And I can program the machine for any molding I want, and then it memorizes it and can do it again. So that's how we make the frames. And then we have a mat cutter over here in the back. The mat cutter can cut out however many layers I want. It can also cut out 8-ply, 4-ply. It can do multiple openings, and basically you get a cutout like this, which is perfectly square and has the beveled edge. Over here we have my glass cutter, and also the over here is the glass cutter and the mat cutter. And then this over here is called a heat press, and that presses like posters and stuff to a hard board so that it can be framed. And so that's basically the process.
Thanks for having us. You've got a great gallery. We wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank you. Thanks for coming in.
Great having you guys in.
Come back on Thursday night.
We will. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can be alerted to other community videos, news, and real estate information. We'll see you soon.